give us, I guess, a rough outline of what you guys did here in the past 24 hours and what you think needs to maybe accomplished?
Well, we did several activities yesterday. It was great for the guys. We did obstacle course, we did a march, we did another relay race where they're pulling, they don't want us to call them tanks, I think they're called lavs. And we actually beat their time, so the guys were pretty happy about that. So, and then we did some rappelling. I think it was about a 65-foot tower. So it was a good time. Really enjoyed ourselves. It was nice to see kind of what our soldiers have to go through. Obviously, it's just a small portion of their activities, but we got at least a glimpse of how hard they train and what they have to go through and how dedicated they have to be. So I think it was just a real good situation for all of our guys.
Good for the guys heading into the season?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was, I don't want to repeat myself, but I think this was a real good opportunity for us to do something away from the rink, something other than hockey, and see another part of I guess, society where, you know, they're over protecting our lives and fighting for us, and it's not an easy life, that's for sure.
This week, heading into the start of the season, both your guys in nets have struggled a bit. How important is this week going to be to kind of get their games on track?
Well, they're just like the rest of us. We all have to get our game on track. We played some good hockey, some inconsistent hockey. So everybody, whether it's a goaltender, forward, or defenseman, we're all trying to fine-tune our game. And I thought this morning's practice was a very good practice.
Do you tell them to forget about
No, we don't want them to forget about it. What we want them to do is just use it to motivate them and use those games to improve their game. There are some very good things that we saw from the goaltenders, but there's also a lot of inconsistencies and little areas that they really have to clean up, you know. And they're in the spotlight, they're scrutinized, and they're in a position that if they do have a bad game, it becomes a huge situation, a huge deal, as opposed to just an individual player who has a bad game. He may not even get recognized because there's 18 other skaters.
When did you make your decision who's starting on Friday?
When do I?
When did you?
When did I? I don't know if I have yet.
Oh, I assumed that you had, but okay, when do you then?
You'll know on Friday morning who we start.
Oh, I'm not asking you what it is.
What are you asking me then?
I'm asking you when is the decision made? Is it made coming into camp? Is it made based on the play in preseason? Was it made Thursday?
Is it made Thursday? This coming up Thursday?
Yeah.
No, it's not made Thursday. I'm not going to tell you when our decision is made.
Okay.
I'll tell you what our decision is on Friday morning, though.
Were you getting updates on Fisher and Neal?
Yep, they both should be able to practice either tomorrow or the next day.
The nature of the injuries, bumps and bruises, burns?
Both.
Like
both. They were able to participate in a lot of the things yesterday, which was a good thing.
Oh, now you're not trying to make Brian the forward.
No.
It's just the athlete shift.
Yeah, we had to try and put 4 lines together just so we could have a good practice out here.
Disappointed is the word that one of your 2 goalies didn't step up and take that role that you and even Brian wants.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not going to deny that we were happy with our goaltenders because, you know, we think they have to play better. We know they have to play better. So no, we wanted one of them to be honest, we wanted both of them to play better. We wanted one of them to, like you said, step it up. We didn't get that. But we're still confident that we can have at least one guy ready to go to start the season.
Will you maybe rotate? Do you know how?
It's a possibility. You know, looking back last year, I think there was 15 to 17 teams that started with, you know, who they thought was going to be the starter and didn't end up with that. And a lot of times they ended up switching who was actually going to take the burden of the responsibility in playing. So I'm not saying we're going to have that, but when you look around the league, there's a number of teams who don't have that legitimate go-to guy that they know. You know, there's about 7 or 8 that I can think of in the league that are, you know, the last 5-6 years have been that type of a goaltender that, you know, they're going to be able to play 60 to 70 games for you. You know what you're going to get every night. They built up that reputation of consistency. There's a lot of new guys just starting to become that goaltender, and we think we've got a couple guys who are in that situation that, you know, one of those guys can and will step up. If they don't, then we know that we've got hopefully another guy that can, you know, pick up the slack if one of them falls.